The last silver dollar to circulate in America was the peace dollar, made from 1921 to 1934. Now, I know a few of you are going to say, hold it, they made silver Eisenhowers. And you are 100% correct. But those silver Eisenhowers were made for us, for collectors, copper clad. That sandwich coin was released into circulation. So going back to where I started, the last silver is the peace dollar. But inside of that series, there are a couple of coins that just don't make a lot of sense in reference to how affordable they are versus how rare they are, how few of them are known to exist today. And that is 100% on point for the first San Francisco strikes. Tonight, I have them both. Let's have some fun. So the peace dollar started in 1921, and many of you know the story of the Battle of the Reverse, right? All of our eagles throughout the 1800s had arrows in the eagle's talons, right? Kind of like a symbol of war or aggression, somewhat controlled, etc. And this is supposed to be a silver dollar struck celebrating the end of World War I or peace. So they didn't like the symbolism, and I understand. So it took them most of the year to figure out that if they just put, an olive branch right there in the talons, they solved the problem. So they do this, and now we're moving forward with our new silver dollar, celebrating peace, modernizing the coin. It was the last of President Theodore Roosevelt's modernization of our U.S. coins, right? We had the Mercury dime, Standing Liberty quarter, Walking Liberty half dollar. We had the older Morgan dollar look. All of our silvers were the barbers of the past. But now we have the Statue of Liberty on one side and a very, very heraldic looking eagle on the mountaintop, looking over the pond, looking east, right? Which is where all the fun stuff happens, so to speak, right? Well, in 1921, we make a beautiful high relief coin. To a point where by high relief, they mean the image is higher than the edge of the coin, which means if you put 10 of them on top of each other, they don't stack well. These were made for circulation. We got to change it. So what do? They flatten the image in December of 21, and then the first full year of production, where the branchments, Denver and San Francisco, join in, is 1922. So tonight we have the first two San Francisco peace dollars. There were no 21s. Now, when you look at the numbers, however, there is something uniquely standing out on the San Francisco issues. And that is, if you look at the mintage figures, which are part of what we used to do. I mean, we only had a guidebook that said how many they made. The only way we knew how rare something was how often we could find it when we're going to a show or just doing the coin dance, right? If you can't find something, it usually means there's something uniquely behind it. Well, in the late 1980s, the certification services, the NGCs, the PCGS, ANACs, now we have ICG and CAC with that. So we have 5 major grading companies, and NGC being the one that pushes through the most coins. If you look at just their numbers, it kind of tells you a totally different story. If you look at how many coins were made and then how many coins have been seen, whole different gambit. Let's just take the first year, the 1922. In 1922, Philadelphia, they struck 51.7 million, the highest mintage. San Francisco, they struck 17.4. So basically 1 in 3, basically. All right. But then if you go to NGC, and you look at what they have seen in the last 40 years, whole different picture. 243,000 coins, Philadelphia, have been certified, only 8,930 San Francisco's. Big head scratcher. And then it gets even worse when you get to 1923. 23, we have what? 30.8 million. So 20 million less coins made compared to 19. So they made more San Francisco's, but the gap is even worse. 368,000 Philadelphia's have been certified, only 10,200. So you look at this and you understand that that's why I can't find S's. Now, one of the other parts, and it's a true coin funny ha-ha, is if you look at the mint mark, which is in the back of the eagle, and we're going to roll up on it here in a second. You watch the tail feathers come down to about 7 o'clock. Right below the word 1 is a S mint mark. Look at that. I have no idea when you have the Morgan dollar with a big S for San Francisco as its mint mark on the back, and then you make the next dollar and you make the mint mark that tiny. I mean, we're talking it's the size of a punch that would have been used for the dime and or the quarter, not the big dollar. But that's where the mint mark is. That's the S. So a lot of people just think people just didn't know that's where the mark was, so they kept on just circulating the coin, never was really pulled back, and then, hey, I need some S's, and nobody can find them. And it's kind of how the flow usually works in the marketplace, right? My competition has the same coins you're seeing on your screen. And again, our prices are normally $79.95. We're at $20 savings per coin tonight. A great value. We're talking about a 100-year-old real silver dollar made out of 0.900 fine U.S. coin silver, just under an ounce of pure silver. We were 79 tonight, we're 59. My competition, 189 and 195 respectively. Guys, give me a clock, please. 30 seconds should do. Running low on these. We're down to our last roll, which is give or take 20 coins each. Phones are only about 15 seconds backed up. That's not too bad for us here. We got a lot of operators, patience. If you hear the fast busy, redial, you're back in. All good. Here are some interesting tidbits, though. And I'm a numbers geek when it comes to silver dollars. The 28p, the rarest, lowest minted. There are more coins that have been seen of the 28p than either of these two coins from San Francisco. The high relief, 21, double the number of coins seen. So again, low mintage doesn't always tell the full story. And as when I was growing up, Paul Harvey was the guy on the news, and what did he say? And that's the rest of the story. These two are special, especially at these prices. Give us a call.